much this entire Bison run. There's Frazier. He's turned back by Joel McCandless, the junior college transfer. There is, I would say, I wouldn't call it a small pocket. There is a considerable pocket of red. But everywhere else you look, gold and green. Chase Morlock gets the edge, tiptoes the sideline. He's going to be marked out of bounds. Let's see where they mark him out. At the 4-yard line, it's a first down.
Yeah, and the Gamecocks have been defending the power rather well, so what do? You get Morlock out on the outside edges with Bonnet out in front. One of the best blockers on this team. Some good yardage on the edge there for the Bison.
Wentz will hand it off to Frazier. Tripped up, slowed down, and finally it's McCandless finishing off the tackle. Second and goal. Tackle made by number 3, Joel McCandless, no gain of 1.
Yeah, and who would have ever thought coming into this ball game that Carson Wentz would be the leading rusher for the Bison. And right now, that's where it stands with King Frazier with 47 yards and Carson Wentz with 78.
Morlock up the gut, reaching. And he's going to be marked down just shy of the goal line. So third and goal for North Dakota State.
Yeah, they're trying to get back up to the line of scrimmage. Let's see where he landed here.
Remember, Wentz is 6'6" and almost 240. And he's going to plow into the end zone. And the folks here in Frisco can feel it.
If you're the Gamecocks, you're going to have to get a few onside kicks. You're going to have to shut down this offense if they do get the ball again, and your offense has to score, something that this team hasn't been able to play all together yet, and that's the reason why you see such a lopsided score.
It started fittingly with Champion. Jordan Champion, the interception, and then the 4-time defending champs cash in.
You've been planning it for months. So a sudden snowfall isn't gonna stop you, because your Mazda's all-wheel drive can predict and adapt to changing road conditions. So even if you aren't ready for the unpredictable, your car is. Mazda's predictive iActive all-wheel drive.
The Gillette Mach 3 Turbo still feels better after 10 shaves than a disposable on its first. Mach 3 blades have twice the coatings for a closer shave with zero redness. Get an incredible experience. Shave after shave after shave. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Everyone knows FOMO, but not everyone knows FOMOD. Fear of missing out on the home of your dreams. Get the real-time accurate Realtor.com app and no mo FOMO'd. Realtor.com, real estate in real time.
At the Joseph A. Bank January clearance event, take an extra 40% off already reduced clearance prices. That's up to 80% off original prices. Shop a huge selection of clearance stock, including suits, sport coats, dress shirts, plus a whole lot more. Only at Joseph A. Bank.
These fans can sense it. North Dakota State, 7 minutes and 45 seconds away from an unprecedented 5th consecutive FCS championship. Nobody had won 4 straight in the FCS before. They're looking to do it 5 years running. 2 head coaches, 2 different quarterbacks, Brock Jensen and Carson Wentz. And you've got to give Easton Stick a lot of credit. Stick started 8 games while Wentz was out with a broken wrist and won 3 playoff games to get the Bison here before Wentz could return. Hall bottled up at the 17-yard line, and we get a studio update with Doug Kazarian.
Anish, thank you very much. Moments ago, final seconds, tie game at Madison. Melo Trimble, the preseason All-American, wins it for Maryland, which actually had a comfortable lead in the final couple minutes, but missed free throws. The tough season for Wisconsin continues. Also, top of the hour, Iowa State hosting Rico Gathers in Baylor. This game will tip off moments from now over on ESPN News until you guys are done.
All right, thank you, Doug. If you've seen Rico Gathers in person, he might be able to play tight end someday. It's a large individual. Ruben Gonzalez with the reception. 7:30 to go here in regulation. Jacksonville State down 24. 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion each time. They'll need some scores. They'll need some onside kicks. They'll need some help. Jenkins sacked. Brian Schatz, the senior from Denmark, Wisconsin. You want to talk about farm tough? Grew up on a dairy farm. He used to wake up at 4 a.m. He'd get his workout in. He'd do chores on the farm, and then he would go to class.
Oh, and he plays with the same type of energy. Had a big safety in the last ball game to be able to really secure that ball game, and here with another big play.
On 3rd down, low snap, Jenkins pumps. Incomplete, intended for Screws. It's 4th down. And this is go for it time for John Grass. You know, one of the matchups, Ahmad, you said to watch at the beginning of the broadcast, C.J. Smith on Jacksonville State's top wide receiver, Josh Barge. Barge has 1 catch, and he has not been targeted often.
Yeah, and you know what? It got to the point where they just started letting both Champ and C.J. play on the same side. They didn't really even, they haven't even focused on Barge as much, and part of it is he hasn't been a factor in this ball game.
4th in the season. Jenkins' pass incomplete. Smith and Gonzalez got tangled up, no flag, and the Bison take over on downs. 6 minutes and 41 seconds from a 5-piece for Chris Kleiman and North Dakota State.
Yeah, I can't believe this DQ $5 lunch comes with fries, drink, and a sundae.
Can't believe it now comes with this KC barbecue burger.
I can't believe Randy's barbecuing.
Oh! It's barbecue season at DQ with the new KC Barbecue Bacon Cheeseburger $5 lunch.
1, 2, 3, cheese! Yeah! Oh, you have to see.
Hey, paparazzi parents, you're welcome. Now that T-Mobile has double the LTE coverage, you can overshare just about anywhere.
Look at the birdie.
You used to have hobbies. Now you have a baby. So go ahead, post away.
Hey, first kid?
Yeah.
T-Mobile's new extended range LTE now reaches twice as far and is 4 times better in buildings.
Do you ever think we're maybe oversharing?
No.
Good. Stay. Lie down.
I'd like to take this time.
Roll over. Almost. Roll over. Good.
It took Joel Silverman years to become a master dog trainer.
Roll over. Good job.
But only a few commands to master depositing checks at Chase ATMs. Technology designed for you, so you can easily master the way you bank.
Does the smell of a freshly bound presentation fill you with optimism? Do you love your wireless keyboard more than certain family members? Is your success due to a filing system only you understand? Does printing from your tablet to your wireless printer give you a jolt of confidence?
If so, you may be gear-centric.
Someone who knows that the right office gear helps you do great things. And there's one place that has it all. Office Depot Office Max. Gear up for great.
Yeah, I can't believe this DQ $5 lunch comes with fries, drink, and a sundae.
Can't believe it now comes with this KC barbecue burger.
I can't believe Randy's barbecuing.
It's barbecue season at DQ with the new KC Barbecue Bacon Cheeseburger $5 lunch.
A season ago here in Frisco, Carson Wentz led North Dakota State on a 2-minute drill, and the Bison needed late heroics to get past Illinois State. Hasn't been much drama in today's game. North Dakota State has led wire to wire 34-10. After a turnover on downs, the Bison take over inside the Gamecock 25. King Frazier inside the 20. Seventh year for the Elite 90 Award, which was instituted to recognize the true essence of the student athlete. And the Elite 90 winner, Carson Wentz. The kid can do it all, 4.0 GPA in the classroom. And incredible what he's been able to do today. He missed 3 months with a broken wrist, had not played since mid-October, came back for the biggest game of the year. And yeah, he's thrown a couple of interceptions. One, I would say, probably not his fault. They were going deep late in the first half. The other was on a tip pass. But with his feet, with his arm, he's been Superman when he's needed to be.
He certainly has, and he's raised his game, you know, and Kleiman said it going into halftime when he spoke to Quinn. He said, this kid just loves playing on the big stage. And it certainly appears that way, as he's a confident player, and today, despite not having played in a real game, has shown today that he has used his time wisely while rehabbing, and he's played at a very high level today in the championship game.
Alan Carson, an injured player for Jacksonville State, being helped off. Ahmad, you and I wondered, since we found out yesterday that Wentz would be the starter, was it the right move? Clearly, it was, knowing what we know now, but Easton Stick had played well, and we wondered aloud, is it worth the risk? What if he's rusty? How many series would you give him? And I would say, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 plays in, maybe 6 or 7 plays in after the first pass, it looked pretty clear that Carson Wentz was going to be okay.
That was a tough decision to make, and you know, I respect Coach Kleiman for even making that decision. It's very difficult. You know, when you've got a guy that hasn't lost a football game as a starter, it doesn't matter who you're bringing in behind him. And I've been a part of teams that had quarterback controversies. I don't see that here. This was more of a privilege of having 2 guys that can play football.
Frazier on second down. He lunges forward for a gain of a yard. Third down coming up. For Jacksonville State, John Gross took over as offensive coordinator in 2013. He was head coach in 2014 and this year. And this program is rising. They're not going to go anywhere, even though they lose a lot. Gross has put in a mentality. They've got a mindset. It's been an explosive offense all season with the exception of this game. You look at what they've done over the last 2 years. They haven't lost to an FCS opponent in the regular season in the last 2 years. 2 of their 3 losses in that span were to Michigan State and Auburn. The other in the playoffs this season to go to Sam Houston State. Anderson ran into his own man, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, that time there, the young running back just not patient. You know, let that blocker get out in front of you. You want that meat and that muscle when you turn that corner. Shove them at one of the defenders and go about your way. That time there just didn't display the patience that one needs to be able to run that play effectively.
Another chance for Cam Peterson. He's 2 for 2 today after having missed 6 of his first 7 in the playoffs. This is a 38-yarder. We're watching a confident kicker this afternoon in Frisco.
Yeah, he's a different kid today. And, you know, like I said, just credit to the staff, his teammates for believing in him. And I'm sure, you know, he had to do some soul searching as well. And you got to look yourself in the mirror when you don't perform well and you let your team down. Look, I'll never forget giving up the game-winning interception versus A&M in 1999. That play drove me my junior and my senior year to be great because you never want to have that feeling. And though I had felt like I prepared, I let my team down. And the worst part was having to look your teammates in the eye. And so for Peterson to be able to come back, recover from this, it's a testament to what type of young man he is.
37-10. It's now a 4-score game, all but over. And Ahmad, put this run into context for me. 5 straight championships for North Dakota State in the FCS playoffs, where you've got to win 4 games against the best competition in the FCS every year.
What this tells me is that North Dakota State is as good as a lot of FBS teams. And speaking of that, my alma mater, I'm not sure if the Texas Longhorns could handle them this year. I mean, they've been that good.
Shots fired. Let's check in with Doug.
All right, fellas, they've tipped in Ames. That game is over on ESPN News. Iowa State, 13th ranked team in the country, hosting Baylor. It will continue over on ESPN2 as soon as you guys are finished. Let's go back to Nish Ahmad and the drive for 5.
Indeed, Doug. North Dakota State just has to put the ribbon and wrapping paper on it. Jacksonville State never could get in any sort of rhythm offensively in the first half. 10 unanswered to start the third, but the Bison have then responded with 13 straight to put the game away. Edge pressure from Menard, the All-American. Jenkins gets away. He'll float one downfield in traffic. It's tipped and nearly picked off by the freshman Grimsley.
It's a great play.
Did you see this kind of game coming?
No, I didn't. And I think leading up to the week, I kept telling myself and everybody else that was asking me is I think this is an even game, 2 evenly matched teams. The one thing that you can't put a stat on is how a winner thinks and how a winner operates when put in a situation, right, where it's time for them to win another title. And clearly, the Bison came out today. They were prepared. Their mindset was right. And this is why you see this program doing some unprecedented things.
Jenkins sacked. It's Greg Menard, the All-American. Menard came close on the previous play, and he gets Jenkins this time. Menard, like Carson Wentz, also an outstanding student athlete, 3.9 GPA in civil engineering. 3rd down and 12 for Eli Jenkins, a redshirt junior out of Birmingham. Jenkins chased by shots, has to get rid of it. Looking for Barge, it's incomplete. Coverage by C.J. Smith. Well, we talked about the big 3, talked about them a lot earlier in the broadcast for Jacksonville State. They've had shackles on them all afternoon.
Yeah, this defense. Yeah, this is the 3rd consecutive week that the Bison have played defense just outstanding. And it doesn't matter if you've thrown talented players at them. The way they play defense, the mindset they have, they've been able to shut teams down. It's amazing right now. You look at it, 183 total yards for this Gamecocks offense. That's a meager yardage production right there.
You know, that's been a quarter for them in some of these playoff games.
Absolutely. You're right. Couple drives.
A lot of ways to watch Monday's college football playoff championship between Alabama and Clemson. We've got the MegaCast. You can watch it in Spanish. You can watch Feinbaum Film Room. You can watch Film Room on ESPN2, the Homers telecast. And, of course, if you just want to watch the game, you can do that on ESPN at 8:30 Eastern Monday nights. You got a pick?
Yeah, I do. I got a chance to see Clemson up close and personal this year, and you know that. And I've said this before. I think the difference in this ball game is going to be the quarterback play. And with all due respect to the performance that Coker had, maybe the best of his career in the semifinal game versus Michigan State, I have seen Deshaun Watson do some things while leading his team that convinces me that he's special. And special players in those types of moments, that's usually when they thrive.
Here's Lance Dunn, tackled in the backfield for a loss. That was Dawson Wells who got there. I want to go back to something you said just a short while ago. I'm going to give you a chance to maybe clarify. You said North Dakota State could maybe beat Texas?
I think so. From everything that I've seen and the areas in which the Longhorns struggle now, and that's no pick on my alma mater. Look, there are plenty of teams in the
I just
FBS.
want to make sure you can get home.
Absolutely. Well, I'll be fine. But it's the truth. I mean, it really is. It's the truth when you look at it in the dominance that they're strong up front.
Yeah.
They've got one of the best quarterbacks in the nation, and this defense has really shut down talented player after talented player. So I definitely think they've got the goods.
Gerald Sterling, the Wazoo transfer, with the tackle. It's third down for North Dakota State.
But if I do need a place to stay, you got me?
I got you, bro.
All right.
I got you. Amazing job by John Gross this season getting Jacksonville State to the championship game. First Ohio Valley team. As Jedry Sear walks off the field. First Ohio Valley Conference team to get to the title game since Eastern Kentucky back in 1982. And this is a conference, the OVC as a whole, which has been much better over the last few years. From 2001 to 2012, they lost 19 straight playoff games. Well, they've won 7 in the last 3 years. Had a pair of quarterfinalists in 2013. And now a team in the title game here in 2015-2016 calendar year. For the boys in green and gold, it's another coronation coming. Carson Wentz appears to be done. Most outstanding player of the championship game a season ago. He'll be playing on Sunday somewhere next fall. And Chris Kleiman giving a lot of his regulars the rest of the afternoon off. Easton Stick in the huddle. And that should scare everybody in the FCS because Stick essentially is going to end his career as a 4-year starter. 8-0 in relief of Wentz. He is a big reason why this team got here. He's not going anywhere. And that makes the Bison a contender even beyond this great run.
Indeed.
Stick off play action. They'll let him throw. And that's caught by Shepard. Oh, no, they'll say incomplete. And so Ben Lecomte, they'll punt it away.
Number 12,
North Dakota State less than 2 minutes from a 20th straight postseason win. They'll be the first team in the history of college football, any division, to win 5 consecutive outright championships. Another update with Doug.
All right, Nish, thank you very much. Over on ESPN News, Iowa State out to a 10-point lead. This game will continue right here on ESPN2 as soon as you guys are finished. 100 seconds to go.
Quint Kesnick will speak with Bison quarterback Carson Wentz at the conclusion of the game, and we remind you the post-game trophy celebration can be seen live on ESPN3 after we're done here on ESPN2. Anish Shroff, Ahmad Brooks, Quint Kesnick. It has been another ride to the top for North Dakota State, and the folks in the FCS will hear a familiar refrain once again. Second catch of the game by Josh Barge, who came into the game with 90 throughout the course of the season. Mostly second string defenders for North Dakota State. Jenkins' pass incomplete. A minute 16 to go. Chris Kleiman was Craig Bohl's defensive coordinator. Promoted to head coach when Bohl went to Wyoming. And in his first season, Kleiman delivered a 4th straight national championship. This season was a process. This was not a championship caliber team from the get-go. They lost the season opener to Montana, lost to South Dakota at home. Pass behind Miles Jones.
Pass incomplete.
But this defense rounded into championship caliber form. And I think you've got to give a lot of credit to what Easton Stick did at quarterback while Wentz was out.
His composure. And Chris Kleiman, who you see there on your screen, talked about it many times. He said, this is just a mature young man. And one thing needed to happen. He needed to play well. He needed to prepare well. But the other part was the defense playing well along with him. And the time that he came on, the defense really stepped it up and helped their young quarterback out.
Jenkins over the middle behind Barge, and it's 4th down and 10. We told you during the broadcast, Bison wide receiver Zach Fry is the only player on this North Dakota State team who knows what it's like to finish a season without a championship. He's a 6th-year senior. He'll be gone next year. It'll be just winners. And Fry's a winner, too, don't get me wrong. As that punt by McInnes sails out of bounds. North Dakota State, a couple of kneel downs from securing a 5th straight title.
Impressive run. And once again, you know, they held control of this ball game from the opening whistle to what it'll look like the final whistle. And even where it looked like Jacksonville State had some momentum, they get an interception. Bison come back, they get an interception. They just answered the call all day today. They played like a champion. And I believe that's the reason why today they're going to be crowned as champions here in less than a minute.
Victory formation for North Dakota State. Make it 5 straight for Fargo. As the Bison fans stampede the field, they go down to Cliff Kessner.
A big hug, Easton Stick, Carson Wentz. Carson, 9 weeks of rehab for this moment. What was your mindset during that process?
I just had to trust the Lord. I know he had a plan for it, and I just kept grinding, and these guys, I owe them my life. I mean, for them to get us here and to give me this opportunity, I'm just so thankful.
How would you describe your performance today?
I'm a perfectionist. I'm just glad we got the W. I'm the beneficiary of a bunch of dudes making plays all day long.
What's it mean, 5 championships in a row for North Dakota State?
I think it might take a couple years for that sets in. Something I don't think we ever dreamed of, but it's awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anish.
This thing has gone from beyond a dynasty. It's an empire they've built in Fargo. 5 straight FCS championships for North Dakota State. Catch the trophy presentation over on ESPN3.
And welcome everybody to Hilton Coliseum here in Ames, Iowa. Iowa State taking on Baylor, and it is 17-8. The Cyclones with the lead. John Chambi and Fran Fraschilla with you. How are you? And nice to have you with us as we get a look at one of the top teams in the Big 12.
So actually, one of many that he holds completion percentage record, 66. Kurt, point.
Hook is tied up, and Kelly hit the floor. Foul being called
on Ryan Kelly. That is number 6. So the best shooter and scorer on assignment from the Los Angeles Lakers. Are they saying it is only 5, right? Our stat monitor. It was 5 prior to that foul. They may have changed one of the prior ones in the scorebook as Cook makes it a 4-point game again, 5.8 seconds left.
The defenders let some time go off the clock there before they fouled.
And Quinn Cook has been clutch at the free throw line when Canton has needed it here in the final seconds, 4 straight to maintain the 5-point lead with just over 5 seconds to play.
Yeah, calmly knocked those down, no problem. Clutch free throws for Cook.
23 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals for Quinn Cook. Still to come today on NBA TV, Idaho tipping off with the Fort Wayne Mad Ants. And then tomorrow, Erie Bakersfield and Grand Rapids against the same LA team in a D-League doubleheader. Friday, January 15th on ESPNU. Catch the Canton Charge once again when they tip off against the Maine Red Claws. And Maine getting some great play from Terry Rozier and Jordan Mickey on assignment from the Celtics. See if they're still with the Red Claws when that game hits the air. Majette to inbound. Kelly. Tough 3 doesn't go. And Wilcox will clear it and run the clock out for the Canton Charge, who win both of their games here at the 2016 NBA D-League Showcase. After knocking off Idaho in the opener, Canton holds off Los Angeles 118-113 behind a triple-double from Jorge Gutierrez. The Charge go 2-0 in Santa Cruz. We're back to wrap it up after this.
A good neighbor right next door, assisting them with life and so much more. It's the Hoopers.
1, 2, 3, cheese! Yeah. Oh, you have to say.
Hey, paparazzi parents, you're welcome.